Okay, let's do this thing. NXT Vengeance Day. I'm trying not to say takeover anymore at this point, but last time I remember this show around last year about this time, it was a takeover. But this is one of these theme pay-per-view like shows, and honestly, it was a lot going on in this show. A lot good, I could say too. About in some ways for this NXT Vengeance Day. So honestly, I wish they just called it Vengeance. I hate that they call it Vengeance Day. I know it was for like, kind of incorporating the Valentine's Day. I still think last year was a missed opportunity. They could have called it the Saint Valentine's Day Massacre because it did fall on that day. And come on, they haven't really used that pay-per-view name since the Attitude Era. I always thought that was a missed opportunity, not using that name and then just calling it Vengeance Day. Honestly, I would have just called it Vengeance, though, at the same time. So, I don't know. They don't make sense with some of these names, but, and like, make it very complicated, too. But, moving on with this show, though, Pete Dunne already in the ring for the, weapons cage match, or lethal lockdown, as some would say, with him and Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo arriving in a, Maybach and whatnot, to the building. This was really good. Both of these guys, I've always said they've actually had really good matches against each other, and honestly, this was another one. Of course, weapons were involved in there, from trash cans to Dunne stomping on D'Angelo's hand into like a toolbox lid and whatnot in there. D'Angelo spraying a fire extinguisher off of him, even suplex him from off top the cage and everything, nearly to get him back in. Wow, it was a lot going on in this match. Even to the point where Tony D'Angelo had he put some zip line cuffs onto Pete Dunne and tried to power bomb him into like a table and everything. But Pete Dunne tried to transition to like a triangle choke, and then even put him into like a guillotine in there while his hands were like tied to the back of him and everything, that he couldn't even get out. But D'Angelo got out of it, but Dunne ended up freeing himself with like some pliers or something to get the zip ties off of him. He ended up power bombing D'Angelo through the table. Then after that, still pinning him, but it did not work. D'Angelo tried to go for the crowbar and everything, but Pete Dunne used like a crooked back and hit D'Angelo. Wouldn't hit him with the bitter end, but D'Angelo ended up kicking up out of it. Then D'Angelo ended up low blowing Dunne, then hit his own finisher, the whole twisting fisherman buster, for another near fall. But Dunne crawled to the corner of the cage. He ended up finding like a hidden crowbar, kind of not under the ring, but like in between the cage and whatnot, kind of like where the turnbuckles are, but like somewhere hidden there. He ended up pulling it out, hitting Pete Dunne with, not Pete Dunne, but Pete Dunne hitting him with it twice with the crowbar, and then hitting D'Angelo with one more bitter end for the win. So yeah, it took 2 bitter ends to take him out, but Pete Dunne getting the big win onto Tony D'Angelo. So I'm assuming this feud is over at this point. Like I said, Pete Dunne's won 2 of these matches. I know a lot of it's been about a crowbar and everything, but yeah, this feud has gone on for a minute, but honestly, I think this is probably the way to end it right here. So not a bad match for both these two. Like I said, this weaponized cage match thing, I didn't mind it though. Some would probably look as a copy of Lethal Lockdown, which I could see, but I didn't mind this Pete Dunne picking the big win up, so I'm cool with that. We had a vignette of Cora Jade. I guess she woke up early due to Raquel Gonzalez, as they were going to be training for the Dusty Classic and everything, and they got to get 3 wins and whatnot. And I guess Gonzalez got mad, like, are you eating? You're not going to eat. So I guess they were going to go on like running or something, training and whatnot. So we got to train like this every day until the Dusty Classic. So we'll see how that goes by next week. Next, Toxic Attraction. I almost forgot. We did forget they were at the beginning of this show. Which funny, they got to prove how hot they are. So that's why they had them, kind of, go with people on Valentine's Day and just kind of shit on them and just kind of talk about the entire show. So we all saw what happened at the beginning with that vignette. But hey, got to still sex sells and whatnot. So got to keep pushing them to the moon. But yes, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane went against Indy Hartwell and Persia Pirotta for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. Not a bad match. I know they ended up kicking Mandy Rose out of there midway through the match, but this was not bad. I know they ended up taking out Persia Pirotta. I think throwing like the steel steps and everything. Basically, Toxic Attraction ended up hitting like they finisher, like a high low and whatnot, taking out Indy Hartwell, picking up the win. So I kind of figured that Toxic Attraction were going to keep the titles and whatnot. They probably may lose it to the Dusty Cup winners once the Stand and Deliver show comes up. Some people say that maybe around WrestleMania time or whenever, you know, the Dusty Classic winners win for the women's side and they challenge for those tag titles. But I kind of figured that Persia and Indy were not going to win the titles. I know they had Amari Miller and Wendy Chu in the back trying to be a tag team, but Miller already had a partner, so Chu ended up asking Dakota Kai, so we'll see what happens with that. They had Briggs and Jensen in a bar, and I guess they were talking to a bartender, basically telling that Jensen got friend zoned, that, you know, the date, I guess they remain in friends, and that, you know, paid for dinner or something like that. So I don't even know where this is going. I'm still damn near calling you guys discount APA or discount Freebirds and stuff, but I guess dude is still trying to get with Caden Carter, but he's still in the friend zone. So boom. LA Knight came out. Before you can even say anything, Grayson Waller, Sanga, and I guess his police force came out, wanted him arrested because of the restraining order and everything. After the whole match with AJ, he's got anxiety. He's been attacked too many times. He's tired of this. But Knight, you know, he had the envelope and he ended up reading it, you know, and whatnot. And Knight said he knew Waller would bring his own evidence. I got my own evidence and stuff. So with the production truck and everything, I guess, you know, you attacked me a couple weeks ago and stuff. But here's the thing you did not read, all right? You see that Waller is not allowed to touch LA Knight. So, yeah, this whole paper isn't worth shit, you dumb son of a bitch, as what he said. But Waller's in Australia. No, it's done like that. So the cops walked off. So, yeah, basically, this whole restraining order thing was in reverse. And since Waller already touched him, this thing is null and void. And, you know, Knight ended up attacking him then, fighting him off and stuff, even knocking out Song and everything. And next week, you are going to face L.A. Knight. Yeah, dummy. So that happened, but obviously they're finally going to have that match next week. This whole segment was what it was and stuff, but it's just kind of silly. Like, he didn't read the right writing. It only works in Australia if this happens. So, boom. That was what it was. I don't know. They're doing a match next week, though. Persian and Indy, I guess, was still talking about how they still have a chance in the Dusty Classic. Dexter came in, and Indy ended up leaving as Persian ended up walking off with Duke Hudson in. So we'll see what happens with that. NXT North American title on the line. Carmelo Hayes versus Cameron Grimes. I was surprised that the champion came out first, but this was a very good match. Honestly, I actually thought Grimes was going to be his time to win, but apparently not. Of course, Trick Williams was going to be out there getting involved, even taking the cave-in stomp and whatnot, which caused Melo to knock Grimes into like the monitor and everything and stuff, and he ended up hitting like what was like damn near like some Hurricanrana going almost in like to a crossface and stuff, which Melo did put the crossface into Grimes. Williams pulled the ropes back. Grimes tried to roll out of there, but got the pin, but still breaking out. Melo ended up, you know, knocking him into like the turnbuckle, knocking him off, and then hitting his finisher, the whole big leg drop from the top rope onto Grimes for the win. So Hayes still retained the North American champion. Given that the champion came out first, I actually thought he was going to lose the belt. But I guess this is not Grimes' time yet. But I even figured that Cameron Grimes was going to win the title right here. I thought that was going to happen. But nah, they still sticking with Melo right now. But we'll see what happens next, though, who his next challenger will be. But overall, still a really good match, though, between both of these two. Kaylee Ray was in, I guess, the whole baseball bat smashing random glassware with Io Shirai, telling Io, like, smash it, come on, man, you know, you gotta be angry about something. And she started breaking things, so came in, I guess, with a coffee mug, which, you know, Io just smashed and said, like, I like her and whatnot. So their team right now for the Dusty Classic. You know, Zoe Stark, at least she's still on TV right now. Given that she's still hurt with an ACL injury and stuff, but at least they kind of keep her on TV and around, not disappear into the background. Finals of the Dusty Classic, MSK versus the Creed Brothers. I enjoyed this match. I really did, and I think the fans were kind of mostly with Creeds and whatnot. I didn't really think MSK needed to win again, because, I don't know, man, MSK have just kind of been up and down. Or see that, or the fans have turned on him, not due to Izzy's bitch-ass dad, but, I think fans may have just turned on or just not really feeling them just in general and stuff. Let's be honest. When the last time they did win the Dusty Classic, they went through every fucking tag team as soon as they got to the company and just beat everybody. But I kind of figured this was the Creed's time and whatnot, and they needed a new team to win the Dusty Classic. So I didn't think MSK was going to win this 2 years in a row. But the Creeds look good against MSK, though. So at least the Diamond Mine picked up a big win, and they will be going for the tag team titles against Imperium at some point in time. Or as they said it, once again, like I said earlier, at Stand and Deliver, which will be, TakeOver or, during WrestleMania weekend. So that most likely is going to happen. They had another Nikita Lyons video. She will be debuting next week, the Lioness herself. So we'll see where that goes. Thick as hell, by the way. Imperium were out there. Fans chanted Walter. Even though buried each other said, these people must be deaf. It's Gunther. But I'm still going to say Walter like everybody else. But basically, Imperium, Eichner and them talked about they were the tag team champions, that the Creed brothers are next in line for those tag titles. So Imperium stands tall. Walter basically said, it's an honor to be brought into this great sport. But now Walter wants the NXT title himself. So he's going to be watching closely in the main event tonight. But next thing you know, Solo Sikoa came out and, listen, man, you talk about the ring is sacred, but you don't care if the mat is sacred or not. Because if you're on my island, I'm going to find the biggest, baddest dude I know. I'm going to smack the taste out of his mouth, okay? And I think I'm going to do that right now. I don't care how you pronounce your name and everything, but here's the thing. You may be the ring general, but I'm about to make you my bitch, as he went on to say. So, very good line from Sikoa out there. Obviously, going to be Sikoa and Walter at some point. That would be a hard-hitting match, honestly. So, I want to see where that goes. But, Walter, I guess he's going to be in the NXT title picture pretty soon, too. I know we had another segment. I think I forgot this earlier. Chair Sessions with Ciampa. That's what I like calling it now. Chair Sessions with Ciampa. Just sits in the room, does his promo, and then knocks the chair out when he walks away. But talking about Ziggler and everything for the match next week as they interview Dolph Ziggler himself. Talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw last night with Ciampa being there. And basically he's going to take out Ciampa, and then he's going to go for the NXT title, whoever wins the main event tonight. In the main event, though, Braun Breaker, Santos Escobar. Escobar wearing the Eddie Guerrero inspired gear, given that today, almost forgot, it's been 18 years since Eddie Guerrero won the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar. Still a great moment to talk to this day, and the promo leading up to the match. So, it's always around this time in February when, they talk about that match where Eddie won the WWE title. So, good inspired gear from there as Braun Breaker with a specialized entrance with the Vengeance logo, setting it on fire, coming out with the white tiger stripe and whatnot. I think the Steiners wore that at one point, too. So, I enjoyed the gear. This was a very good match. Some would say this was due to, I don't know, probably Escobar leading this match. Not saying Breaker's bad, but the guy is still new at this and everything. But he's a natural in general himself. This was enjoyable, though. I did enjoy this match. I feel like the crowd is turned on Breaker. They wanted Santos to win. It looked like the crowd was pretty behind Santos out there. But with, of course, Mendoza and Wild getting involved in the match. Lopez distracting the referee. Ziggler coming out of nowhere with a super kick, which Escobar hit the pin, but it did not work. Ziggler was pissed off. He was about to get back in the ring, but Ciampa ended up stopping Ziggler as they brawled to the back after that. Escobar hit a big tornado DDT, kind of like how he did on Brock with the WWE title, DDTing him on it, which, Escobar went up. Fans started to chant Eddie then. He did, putting his finger in the sky, doing this, about to do the frog splash, but Breaker got out of the way and whatnot. Breaker ended up hitting him with a spear then and hitting his big power slam for the win, retaining the NXT title against Santos Escobar. So, like I said, for fans turning on him, my co-host Kyle even went on to say, like, they are trying to make this guy like the new Cena Roman damn near, which they, like I said before, they are putting all their eggs into one basket with Braun Breaker. Like I said, I don't think the guy is bad, but by God, they are pushing him to the freaking moon for a guy that's only wrestled about a year still, okay? Like, we know he's a natural, we know it's in his blood, we know he comes from the lineage and whatnot, easy learner and whatnot, and he's not bad, but dude, when I hear people sometimes saying this guy will main event WrestleMania by next year or two, listen, I know they want to make new stars and push new people to the top, but damn, don't do it so fucking fast. Like I said, this guy's only had, 15, 16 matches in general, But, you know, he's, like I say, he's not bad, but just the push is damn near insane. So this guy's just running people through everyone. I would have loved it, though, when Escobar hit the frog splash, though. I know he was not going to win this match against Breaker, even though I kind of want him to. But that would have been a great freaking near fall and whatnot, just for Breaker to kick out a frog splash. Because I'm like, damn, this is almost like identical to when Eddie won the title, just doing the DDT and then the frog splash. But I know, like I said, Escobar wasn't going to win, but that would have been a great thing just to hit the frog splash, just damn near identical to it, though, for a great near fall. Overall, though, this, like I said, I'm trying not to say takeover, but this show, Vengeance Day, I didn't think it was bad. I enjoyed the cage match. I enjoyed the main event. Was really good. I enjoyed the North American title. And stuff. The Dusty Finals was what it was. I figured the Creed Brothers gonna win. I didn't think the women's tag matches were bad. Also, like I said, they had a loaded show on here tonight for the like pay-per-view themed show. But you know, Solo Sikoa going after Gunter. I'm sorry, not Gunter, Walter and whatnot. LA Knight, I guess, now finally getting his payback on Waller. We'll get the match next week. So it was a lot going on this show tonight with Vengeance Day. So we'll see what happens next week, as a lot is going to be going on on that. But I didn't think this was a bad show for this Vengeance Day theme, okay? But other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodieKnight890. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. And listen, I'll probably talk more about the Cody thing tomorrow. I could have made a video about that today, but I didn't, all right? And I'm sure everybody's going to be thinking, is he going to the WWE right now? But that'll be discussed for another time, all right? But I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.